So another thing I want to point out, I just back the timeline back up. If you look at this line of motion here, you can double click on these little anchor points and you can change like the curvature of that line of motion. So now watch, if I do the space bar, it kind of curves in. That can be kind of cool. And then just think about how your keyframes will add up. So now let's say once this ends, I go ahead and play with the scale. So I'm going to move the timeline here. Let's try a couple more just on this moon. And so here I'm going to start with the scale. So I click on the clock with the scale. I have it set to where I want it to start. And then let's say for 2 seconds, I have this guy and I want him to get bigger. And then maybe at the next point, let's just keep going. At this point, after it gets bigger, I want to click and have this moon take maybe a second and a half or so, and it gets more faint. Actually, I can have it completely disappear. If you hold shift when you're scrubbing over, if you hold shift, it makes it go a lot faster. So you're not dragging all the way across the screen. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Drag it back. So here comes the moon. Now it gets larger and then it fades. So you can just continue on over and over. I can go on to the different elements, like let's try one more. This smoke layer here. So I'm going to open the smoke layer, go to transform, and I am going to set the keyframe, the timer, back at the beginning. And then I'm going to go with scale for this one. So I'm going to click. And then I don't know how long my entire animation is going to be. I can always adjust those keyframes later. And then my scale is going to go here. But then I also might need to change the position at the same time as well. And actually, I don't know. Let's try. Okay, I'm going to go back here. And then I'm going to click position, because you can kind of see how that gets a little off center. Now for this guy, I can move it with my arrow too. I don't have to do the numbers here. Anytime you move it, it's changing those numbers, right? Okay, let's see how that looks. Ooh, see, I moved the position and the scale.